So I've been very fortunate in my role at my company to work with many, many different organizations. And I would say for the most part, they're very reactive. There's always something that's looming, whether it's a balloon payment, whether it's a major deficit. Very often there is this reactive mode where they say we need to raise a lot of money in a very short period of time. Once in a while, I'll get a phone call, and often I'll be surprised where they'll say, hey, we are too reliant on one or two donors, and it would be really fantastic if we could develop a multi-year strategic development plan that will map out how we can grow our revenue, how we can raise more money from a variety of sources that isn't reliant on those one or two people. And just asking that question, even if they don't know how to do it, even if there's a lack of sophistication on what needs to be done, the fact that they recognize that the status quo of going from one emergency to the next is not an effective strategy, and that to make a plan that says, what will we look like in 4 years from now? And we can look back and say, wow, like we've come a long way. We have more avenues for how money comes into the organization. We are operating in a way that our donors stay. There's retention of donors. We are upgrading those donors. They want to see real healthy growth. And we had a client, I remember going back 8 years now, that came to us and said this very request of wanting to have a strategic plan. And we worked with them. And I could tell you that they hit their 4-year goal in about 2.5 years. So by having a plan of saying these are the different buckets of how we anticipate money to come in this year or the next 4 years, and then say, what are the strategies and tactics that will work towards that, and have annual benchmarks. So if we have certain buckets, let's say an annual dinner is going to be one of those 4 or 5 buckets that money's going to come in from, what are the strategies that will allow them to hit that benchmark each and every year? So they know, okay, we've reached benchmark number 1, benchmark number 2, benchmark number 3, benchmark number 4. And what ends up happening is they blow through those benchmarks. When they have a clarity of where they want to go, then the decision-making becomes much easier. They're able to say, okay, well, we don't have to necessarily wait 4 years to make this happen. Now, we can't necessarily do it in 1 year because, it's not like turning a light switch on and, everything is operating, on full capacity. But when you have a plan and you have strategies and tactics for reaching a particular goal, even if it's 4 years out, the ability to do that in less time goes up exponentially.